With the announcement of a Season 2 of Classroom of the Elite, everyone is hyped for it, and we're wondering what surprises and plot twists it will be holding for us. That is why for today we'll be making a quick recap of Season 1 in order to jog our memories preparing for Season 2, as well as go into the details of the school system of points and just how messed up it truly is once you think about it. So, this school is on an island secluded from anything around it with malls, centers for recreation, and, of course, the school faculties built in it. This school is practically a miniature city where you can go eat, live, study, and have fun in. However, in order to do so, you need to spend points. The homeroom teacher of Class D tells them on their very first day that they are able to buy literally anything on school campus with those points, in which Ayanokoji uses this phrase for his favor later on, but let's not stray from our topic for now. This show had a lot of ups and downs. Some weird moments that you saw coming and some that you wouldn't even see if it was standing right in front of you and waving at you. On their first day, all the students were given 100,000 points as their monthly allowance, if you wish, and were reassured by the fact that their points will be replenished every first day of the month. So, as usual, and since they are teens in their prime, they didn't think into the matter for a second, and some of them blew their points on the first day, buying expensive video games, clothes, going to expensive cafes, living the good life in luxury.
本当に愚かだな、お前たちは。
Only for them to be shocked with the fact that they didn't receive any points at the start of the next month, which is something that Ayanokoji and Suzune didn't fall for, thanks to their responsible spending habits and buying only the necessities they needed. And it was due to the fact that Ayanokoji had known that the sum given to them just didn't add up, and that there was definitely a catch to it. His suspicions were further confirmed when he saw in the store the free batch with free products in it in case someone couldn't pay due to lack of points. After the first month passed, the points were distributed among the classes, with Class D receiving 0 points for their academic performance as well as social one. And just like what happened when Wall Street crashed, these students started to find any way to gain points by trading, selling their stuff, or even doing favors for points. After all, anything can be bought with points if you think about it. You can even enslave someone for a time in return of him gaining points, which is something we sadly didn't see, but I was actually kind of hoping for it and make it a little bit interesting. But regardless, the system clearly is brutal and is toying with the lives of the students in that school. But one thing you can also learn from it is that nothing ever comes easily or free. You have to work for it and put everything you got into it if you want to gain anything in return, and that is exactly what these students are going to have to do in order to make it out in one piece from the school. 3 years of pure heaven, or what seemed to be so transformed in the blink of an eye to Dante's Inferno. Suddenly, their only aim became to gather points and win them back through any means necessary. Some started to study harder. Some started to behave in class. Others recited to underhanded tactics to stay on the in. I'm talking about you, Class C. This clearly was no longer a school, and it was more than that. It became a battlefield. A war zone that is merciless and will get rid of anyone that isn't on par with the minimum requirements needed to survive this battlefield. One mistake, one hiccup, one failing grade is all that separates the students of Class D from failure. This fate they are subjected to will force them to work together as one in order to survive and take out other classes. And with Ayanokoji leading them from the shadows, they are definitely going to make it out on top. Just like what happened during the cruise island test. The students were given the carrot signifying the cruise and all its commodities that were for free for them to enjoy and use to their fullest, only then to be taken aback by the true reason behind the cruise and the cost of the fun that they had on it. Hence, it was a time to introduce the stick, a test so harsh that they have to survive on a deserted island for a whole week, with no provisions or anything they can use other than the points they had been given at the beginning of the test to use in case they wanted to buy stuff like a compact bathroom or drinking water, and so forth. But of course, using those points will decrease their cumulative score at the end of the test. when they try to discover who is the leader appointed for every class, and if they guessed right, they don't just raise their own points, they even nullify all the bonus points a class gained throughout the test. The first few days were easy for them, but things started to get harder and harder with discord between the boys and girls over some stolen panties. You know, the usual divide and conquer method. Ayanokoji was way ahead of all his trickery and already knew what was happening all along. And thanks to his cunningness, manipulation of his enemy classmates as well as his own, he was able to guarantee the victory of his team even through all the fire and flames they had to walk through. Like there was a literal fire that almost burned the whole camp. At the end of the day, the plan of Class A and C failed, with them losing a significant number of points and the students in Class D being crowned the victors with a whopping of 220 points to their. This was the finale of Season 1, with the chilling scene of Ayanokoji speaking to himself, revealing that he doesn't care for his classmates. Never did, never will. He only saw them as pawns, tools for him to use whenever he wants, however. This shows two things about his character. 1. He is a master of manipulation. 2. He has some ulterior motives in joining the school, and he is playing the long game from the shadows, manipulating everyone around him exactly how he wanted to, without them even noticing or realizing that, making him a very dangerous person to mess with. Personally, I can't wait for Season 2 to be released and have more of Ayanokoji on screen time. I just can't get enough of him being the smartest person in the room, outplaying everyone around him. And with this, we conclude our video. If you enjoyed it, I want you to smash that thumbs up button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit the subscribe button and press on that bell icon to keep yourself notified of all our latest content. Also, comment down below on your favorite character from all the classes and why. And if you have any suggestions for other anime systems to discuss, place them in the comments as well. And as for now, I'll catch you later. See you in the next one.